Alrighty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is Monday, April 29th. We are here live from HQ3. Much to talk about. I caught a big fish this weekend. Roan tried to fight one of the most beloved people in Hollywood.
Yes.
And Francis performed in the Pitch Black in Baltimore.
Yes. Actually, a
For
pretty
the
good
Pitch
rundown.
Black.
Yes, for the Pitch Black in Baltimore.
I did. Yeah. Let's start with your fish.
Oh, we don't have to start with that.
I thought that was such a funny video of you trying to
over
present it and then losing it. It's classic.
Yeah, it's tough to do. Those things are fucking slippery. And you can't grab them by the jaw like you can bass. Because it'll break their jaw.
That was a trout?
That was a rainbow trout, yes.
Wow.
Wild rainbow trout.
I thought it was disrespectful that you posted that in the middle of the film festival.
Yeah.
I thought that was really just an incredible lack of awareness.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. That's why I posted it. But
what if you had won best film?
Yeah, I should have for that fucking
best supporting
motion
actor
picture.
to the fish.
Yeah, it was a great day.
People are saying that you staged that, though, that you could have easily held on to the fish, but it was like Hank's hot dog video in that Game Time ad where it just falls out of the bun.
Yeah, no, it was. Trust me, I would have rather gotten just a normal photo. That's what I was going for. Definitely wasn't going for a video of me dropping it.
What do you mean you were going for a photo, though, if you were recording the video? You were going to take a still from that?
Well, I wasn't going to set up a timer. The camera was leaning up against a rock in the middle of the river. I wasn't going to do like a timed camera.
So you're going to take a still?
I was going to do a video and then just screenshot the video.
Yeah.
And
well, you can still do that.
What do you mean?
You had it in your hands for a second.
Oh, I tried. It doesn't look good. It's me being like,
oh no.
Yeah. But yeah, there were some people that were like, yeah, you didn't he lost the fish. I was like, no, I had the fish. I caught the fish.
Yeah.
Fish was in the net.
Well, how long what's the statute of limitations on a fish? Like,
if I was going to eat that fish, I would have been able to eat the fish.
How?
I
Like,
would have killed it.
Could have got it back in there. Could have got like back to.
Oh no, it escaped fully. But
Yeah.
I had it in the net. Like I have a video of it in the net.
Was that fish big enough to take home?
Easily.
You can take those home from the river?
You're actually not supposed to take home
Those
like
little
the
puny ones.
limitation. No, those are the ones you are supposed to take. The limitations. There's like I don't know what it is in Jersey, but certain rivers like what we're going in Wyoming this summer, it's like if it's over 18 inches, you're not allowed to keep it.
Right.
Because those are the old ones.
I was striper fishing out past Montauk a couple summers ago, and I caught like a 49-pounder.
No.
And I was like, this is amazing. It's the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
And it was too big.
Yeah, you're not allowed to keep those.
And
'cause they
all
want
the
people to
fish we
catch 'em.
caught were too big. Because
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on. It was late in the season.
So why is that the rule?
I think it's literally just for people to enjoy fishing.
So someone else can catch that
So
fish.
someone else can catch a big fish.
No, that's not it. It's population.
No, that's what you would
preservation.
think. A lot of those rules are literally for.
Or are those just the bulls that will have the most fish sex? Like the women fish love those fish, so they could just get dicked down by the fucking.
yeah, it could be that.
And they're of a certain
Warriors.
age where they've aged into the right to die the way they want to die.
Yeah, they can go peacefully. They can have physician-assisted suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the guy that chartered our fishing group, after I had fought this thing tooth and nail, fin and fist, and finally got it in, and he put it back in the water to release it after weighing it, realizing we couldn't take it home, and it just rolled over
And died.
onto its back, and he kept trying to. He knew what he was doing, run water through it and have us move and I guess reteach it to swim. But ultimately it didn't. And it continued to roll over, which meant that it was going to die. And I said, well, if it's just going to do that, then we might as well grab it again and bring it home.
Yeah.
So that if it's going to die, we can eat it. And he said, if we get pulled over by Harbor Master with that fish in our boat, they won't believe what happened. And we can't risk that.
You couldn't even film it? What if you filmed it? And we're like, Harbor Master, look at this video evidence.
I never thought of that, and I should have done.
Now, there's like weird rules about that too.
Filming
Like,
fish.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you need
about,
their consent.
No, about what
You need
you
a
just
release.
described. Like that's like a big thing. Like I saw a video the other day of a dude who caught a fish and it died, and some dude was like, "You got to throw it back." And he's like, "It's dead." And they're like, "You got to throw it back still."
Well, yeah, because then it's food for the other fish.
I have no idea.
They
It seems
deserve
silly.
to sort of eat their own more than we do.
I guess that could be a thing.
But do you think that you would even want to eat a fish that was on the precipice of death, cancer running through its fish veins?
Ooh.
Like, is that even a good, healthy fish that you'd like to eat?
That's a good question.
I don't know. I don't know anything about actually eating the fish. So
What we would do
I've only ever done catch and release.
when we would eat, in years past, we'd always done that charter out there, and it's such a fun day. And we caught a few that were the right size, and we would bring them to this Chinese food place in Montauk, and it's sort of a hole in the wall, dingy place. And you bring
They swap it out for a cat.
yeah, you bring the fish fillets in bags on ice from having caught them that morning, and they turn it into General Tso's sea bass.
Really?
General Tso's bass.
That's crazy.
And it's the most delicious thing you will ever eat in your entire life.
They definitely just have the bass in the wok ready to go, and they're just
Yeah.
swapping it out and eating
Yeah,
what you freshly
absolutely.
caught.
Yeah, they might very well have taken it out the back and sold it at the fish market.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it was so fresh.
I got that
It's-
shit in a freezer.
Put it in a big mountain on
We
a
have
plate.
a great ploy.
Yeah, that one that I got was great. Biggest trout I've ever caught. It was like 17 or 18 inches.
Imagine
And-
throwing that over a grain bowl
Oh,
with
yeah.
some sweet potatoes,
Ooh.
with
Yeah.
some farro, and a fucking arugula salad. Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it on the white woolly bugger. No big deal.
the fuck is that?
That's what I had you throwing in New York.
Yes.
That's
I
your
remember.
stick?
You had a black woolly bugger.
And it just didn't do anything.
No, it was crazy. That was my first time ever catching a trout on a streamer, and it is an experience. Because it's just like this little thing, and it just imitates like a minnow or like a bait fish,
Yeah.
and you're stripping it in super fast, and then all of a sudden it just feels like you just hit like a fucking log, and then it's just, and then I just battled it up to the top.
How long did it take you to reel it in?
15 seconds.
Oh, that's it?
Good battle.
She put up a hell of a fight, though.
like the
Damn good fight.
Peloponnesian
I think
War.
when I fought that bass, it was probably 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, mine was not 49 pounds, so that could have been the mix
I don't
up
think
there.
you would have been able to do what I did.
I know you wouldn't have been able to do what I did because
I'm-
I brought you to do what I did, and you couldn't.
Yeah, but you set up my lines for failure so
No,
that
I
you
set up
could
your lines for
preserve
success.
the crown of being the only fisherman who catches
And what about the
fish.
seasons? Wasn't it less in season than it is now?
Not in
There's
season
no
at
seasons.
all.
There's
In
no
fact,
seasons for trout, brother.
We weren't even supposed to be
it's
fishing.
always in season.
That's not true.
Where do you think they're going? They're still there.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They don't stock the rivers until around this time.
Lies.
That's actually true. That river we were fishing, the
Maybe that
Housatonic, they
one.
hadn't stocked it yet.
The one that I go to, they stock all year round. Also, the one that I caught was not stocked. It was wild.
How do you know?
The fins were intact still. I don't know. I don't really know, but the people that I do know said it was wild.
That were with you?
The Mexicans.
Who'd you show it? Oh, you showed the video to someone and they said that's a wild one?
Yeah.
Ah. I think they were probably just trying to make you feel better.
No.
Because couldn't it have been one that was stocked last year but didn't get caught and so grew out of its house pet
No.
domesticity?
Was it feral? Did it have like horns?
It did.
Okay, then there you have it. What are some slang words for a rod?
For a rod?
Yeah,
I call it my wand.
wand is good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Anything else that we could throw around?
Fish stick.
Do they even use slang? Do fishermen use slang?
Yeah. Did you not see my tweet, the grip and grin? That was hilarious. No one seemed to pick up on that.
Is that slang though, or are you creating slang? I feel like
No,
you're just
that's not. I
crafting-
didn't create that. I heard that, and I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I'd love to get some fishing slang.
The grip and grin.
What does it
that?
mean?
Like a photo.
Oh. Nice.
I love when you're more tickled by things than anybody else.
Grip and grin is hilarious because the people that say it, they're dead serious. They're not joking, which makes it funnier.
The grip and grin. Gotta
Yeah.
get my grip and grin.
Gotta
in.
get a grip and grin.
My fishing flick.
Yeah. Terrible day leading up to that.
I believe it.
Awful. Lost like 15 flies, dropped my jewel in the water. Last cast is when I got it. And then I did one more cast after, and the woolly bugger just came flying off my line, reeled it in, went home.
What happens when you drop your jewel? Did you dry it out in the sun on a rock?
Yeah, tried it out.
Yeah.
She's still working fine.
Same one?
Yeah,
Resilient.
yeah. Great product. Got to give a shout out to those guys over at Jewel. They really know what they're doing.
Dude, I saw a vape this weekend called the Miley 9000.
Love that. Love that piece.
Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
It's,
very familiar.
It's like a double wide trailer.
Yeah.
It's this fucking big.
Dude, they got ones that have like Instagram reels on them now.
This one did. This one had Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It was insane. I never saw anything like it. There was like a QR code on it.
Yeah, they got like GPSs on them.
The Miley 9 that you don't want to lose it. It's probably so damn expensive.
No.
And I guess that means there's 9,000 hits in that.
Oh, yeah. Hook it up to the Iridium satellite.
Yeah. It's
navigation,
geothermal.
SOS button.
Yeah. It recharges in the sun.
Yeah. Great
Walking down
product.
the sidewalk behind someone who's smoking one of those things is insane.
Yeah, the fact that people still use those is crazy to me, like the big box ones.
No, it wasn't a big box one though. This was like shaped like a Puff Bar, but had the chassis of a full fucking a Buick.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Like I saw someone hit it and then it like wafted into another conversation and a guy got hit in the face with it and it knocked his neck back. The cloud fucking took him off his square. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, that'll happen.
It was incredible. I was at the Fight for Fire or the Timmy Klein Foundation, this firefighter who passed away a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I was at his benefit yesterday.
Yeah.
And they were fucking ripping the jewels. Country music. There was an 80-year-old guy with a lasso.
That's awesome.
Fucking sweet.
It was cool.
A city slicker with a lasso.
Yeah.
I've never seen one of those before.
Little country, little vape. Perfect Sunday.
Perfect Sunday. The sun was fucking beaming down. It was fucking beautiful, dude.
It's hot as balls out today. Not a fan.
I did a workout outside today. It was great.
Yeah?
Wow.
What time?
9,
9?
something like that. Sun was beating though.
Yeah. Sun doesn't reach
where'd
its
you
full
do it?
potential.
At that park across from Devoción, next to
Oh,
the
yeah.
Oh yeah.
the
With that
beautiful
little
spot.
little track around it.
little track, and
Yeah.
then like doing pull-ups outside.
Damn.
Like you know how
You can't do pull-ups, bro.
True. I was just standing underneath it, fucking huffing and puffing, waiting for a fucking
You were just
jacked
doing
up dude from the
hangs.
hood to see me. The dudes that come by there do the most insane workouts.
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Prison style.
A dude was hanging by, white guy too, which fucking shocked me. He
Yeah.
was hanging by one foot, crooked over it, and the other side just dangling off. And I don't even know what the workout was, but he was just hanging upside down by a knee. It was so fucking impressive. And he was beautiful, rocked up body.
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
like those bodies.
Love a good bod.
Incredible, slender, good body.
Yeah. Love a good rock
trim, but very, very hard.
Very lean, very
Yeah.
hard. I couldn't fucking believe it. Two more white guys on the fucking pull-ups. They're gentrifying the fucking pull-ups in New York. How crazy is that?
Wow.
Oh, yeah. The white man has gentrified the pull-up beyond belief. Now they're doing all those weird sorts of like flagpole hangs and stuff.
Yeah, you see a white guy doing that thing where he lifts his body up and just holds it over the bar and kind of looks around.
Yeah.
Like he's peeking, looking for a book.
Yeah, like a
Or
groundhog.
he's
That's
looking for like a
cultural
baseball that
appropriation
he
right
hit
there.
over a fence.
Yeah. I see it.
Or doing like the steps.
The
Yeah,
sand,
that's,
yeah.
it's pretty cool.
It's extremely cool.
It is
The
cool.
Sandlot would have been like a 15-minute movie if they had one of those guys as the lead actor.
Yeah. Benny the Jet could have just did a single pull-up.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But
They were coming up with like robots and shit to try and get over.
fucking fools.
Dumbasses.
That movie's so unrealistic.
So unrealistic. They got to remake it.
Those little boys could never hit a home
Jacked
run
ass
like
white
that.
dude.
Yeah, 15. Make it a short.
Yeah.
Make it a comedic short. But the dudes in the hood who do that shit are the most impressive athletes that are just like, I'm going to do like 200 pull-ups in 6 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so fucking sweet. I love their bodies. I love those guys' bodies so bad.
They make muscle ups look like the easiest thing ever. You know
Right.
what a muscle up is? When they
You pull
go
up and
pull
then
up and
flip.
then into a dip.
I used
And
to have dreams where I would just be banging out muscle ups.
Really?
Yeah.
You've talked about
I've
this
talked about it before. Just I would have dreams where I would just be I would be like, I'm gonna try a muscle up, and then I just do like 30 of them. I'd be like, wow, these are way easier than I thought they would be. And I'd
That's
wake
so
up and
sick.
I couldn't even do fucking 80 pounds on lateral pull downs.
I'll switch to close grip. I'll feel better about a close grip.
I did some lat pull downs this morning.
Yeah, my wife said she saw you up in the gym.
I did only see her as she was leaving.
She said she left because she was intimidated by how good you work out.
That's not it. There's no way.
You have an intense workout regimen.
I've you're being kind.
You'll load 135 onto the bar and start doing decline sit-ups on it. It's fucking impressive as hell. I've seen you do that.
Sit-ups.
I've seen him do this. I swear to God.
It's not 135. It's the 35-pound crooked bar. I think it's only 35 or 45 pounds. But I do that. That's a good one.
It's incredible. It's so impressive.
I like that one. But today I've gotten into some mobility stuff, hip and lower back. That is really because I've had a lot of lower back pain, and so I'm.
You got to hit up my boy D. Cliff.
Yes.
Who's that?
He was the Hut in Yak basketball.
Oh,
he has me on all the mobility stuff.
I'd like to get into some mobility shit. I'm so tired of having pain.
The worst.
Tired of pain.
That's why you need those fucking sweet ass oxygoods.
Yeah, you got to get some oxys and just hit the gym pain free.
Yeah, just drooling out of your mouth.
Yeah,
feeling so good.
Did you see the story of that pitcher in baseball who made his MLB debut at 31 years old? Because he had been a prospect when he was a young guy who had to undergo Tommy John surgery, and that as he was rehabbing from that, he got hit by a car, and then it was another 3 years, and then he quit entirely and didn't think it would work and went to work as like a carpenter or something like that, or I don't know what. And then all of a sudden one day he was just throwing a ball around and he realized he had no pain, and he went to like a little workout and was still throwing in the 90s.
From the carpentry, just reset his body?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was, but the story was insane. But And then he made his MLB debut.
That's so crazy how your body can reset by just doing some good old-fashioned blue-collar work.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Manual labor.
I thought about this, and that is, imagine how nice it would be if your job was your workout so that you didn't have to work out after your job.
That's like how humans are intended to be, probably.
Right.
Like, we're so sedentary that we have to like go to this artificial place and like pull on things so we can trick our body into thinking that we've had a productive lifestyle.
Right. Yeah.
It's so preposterous.
Yeah.
But then there's the real working man, the field laborer, the fucking farmer, the carpenter, the steam fitter.
Yeah. Those guys.
The construction worker, the painter.
I've been thinking about getting into steam fitting. It's just a hobby.
Join Local 420 as a hobby.
Yeah.
It's good for ball busting. I mean, those guys are the best ball busters.
Oh, yeah. Great chops on those guys.
Funniest guys you'll ever meet, steam fitters.
Yeah.
Great. And the wells that they throw on, oh my God. Imagine being able to weld like that.
I love those,
like welding.
Those posts on Instagram of those guys being like, they're like, I decided I wanted to be funny in high school, so now I have to go to bed at 7 p.m. every day.
I didn't want to go to class in college, so now I have to wake up at 3 a.m.
Yeah. And do steam fitting.
Get to work at 7 a.m. and spend my first half hour in a porta potty so I can steal time from the man. Shout out to all our steam fitter listeners.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of them.
We do. Those are our brothers.
Yeah,
I love pipe fitters too.
Absolutely.
Is that the same thing?
I think so.
Really? Same union?
I think so. I think if
Similar
you're welding
union.
pipe.
Well, welders are different. There's welders, there's steam fitters, and then there's pipe layers, isn't there?
Should I call one?
I know a little bit about laying pipe.
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure about fitting pipe. But
It never fits.
Never fits.
It's always too small.
It's tough to lay it when it doesn't fit ever.
My damn pipe is too small.
Steam fitting, I have literally never heard that ever.
It sounds like steampunk. Like, it sounds like it's a little bit close to wearing like a top hat and goggles to a fucking concert.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I know a little bit about steaming. I steamed my clothes this morning.
Did you?
I did.
Really?
And I did end up wearing any of them.
Why?
Because,
I don't know.
that's not a steamed shirt.
This is not steamed.
It's fresh out of the package.
I steamed 2 shirts and then didn't wear them.
Where'd you get that shirt from?
Old Navy
Nice.
in Bakersfield, California.
What made you decide to wear it today?
His meeting.
Did you have a special occasion?
No, just it's too hot to wear a sweatshirt.
Right.
And it's too...
And I'm too fat to wear short sleeves.
You can't wear a t-shirt?
I said that at this... At this firefighter benefit yesterday, I was like, the groundhog fucking saw 6 more weeks of fucking long sleeve shirts for me. It was bad news.
It is not a good time of year for big boys.
No.
Just
the skinny fat.
Yeah, trying to stretch that long sleeve for a couple more weeks.
Honestly, big boys are in a new era with like how cropped shirts are coming out.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a big boy walking down the street today, a good old fashioned big boy, not a skinny fat big boy, and he just had his belly out in a cropped shirt.
Yeah.
Like hanging over a belt.
Yeah.
Rippling.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Just
all that is man.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't be doing that, though, if you're skinny fat.
No.
It's
the
worst.
It's revolting.
It's a rough time of year for us skinny fat guys.
It's revolting.
Yeah.
I wonder
because it's people have been seeing you all winter going, that's a skinny guy. And then the summer comes around and there's a lot of surprises. Okay, guys, I've been lying for a while.
If you
I've been wearing
went
a
to the
sweatshirt
beach
and a jacket.
If you went to the beach with your friends, would you go in the water?
Yeah.
His friends.
You take your shirt off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they make fun of me, but, you know. They said on Thursday night that I'm the fat guy in the crew. Yeah, they said I'm the funny fat guy because we were talking about that. We were talking about that Always Sunny episode where they said where they're trying to find friends and they make the flyer and they're like we're looking for a funny fat guy who finds the humor in the little things.
They don't know that you're really just doing Fat Mac though, and that you have put on the weight to be funny.
Yeah,
this is a big bit that you're putting it on healthily, crushing a gallon of ice cream a night.
I've gotten stronger. I've been back in the gym and I've been doing just 5x5s. No, I'm dead serious. Like I'm just as strong as I used to be, but I haven't been going to the gym, and it's because I realize I've
it's carrying yourself.
I've gotten so much mass.
It's carrying your own weight.
My arms are bigger than they've ever been.
Yeah.
They're just flubby, but
it's lunch lady arms, but imagine how much a lunch lady could squat.
I didn't think I could bench 135. Shit was too light. Had to go up to 315.
Throwing it up, clapping twice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a couple of those. Was squatting. Squatting is still a struggle, but it feels good to squat. Rows, I'm all over the place. You do not want to see me rowing. It's not a lot of form on that.
Oh, you're just jerking your body?
Yeah. Yeah. Rows is like something is going to explode in my body if I do one more rep.
Why are you rowing?
Because I'm doing strong lifts and I'm doing the program. And I'm doing, so you do pretty much 3 workouts, 5x5. My squat form could not be more perfect. I mean, I watch myself in the mirror and I go...
You've always been a great squatter.
I go, my God, that is a great form.
Your form has always been textbook.
Getting deep.
Straight up, straight down, perfect back, perfect hips, perfect shoulders.
Because a lot of guys, they don't go deep. I go deep.
Ass to grass.
Ass to grass.
You have your asshole scraping on the fucking gym floor.
Exactly. And then my bench form could not be more perfect.
And you also all your shoes are perfect for squatting.
Exactly. These are my squat shoes. Yeah.
Everything's flat as hell.
Well, the thing is, I like to be barefoot. What I like to be like feet on the ground.
You're one of those guys?
Oh, yeah. You don't do that?
Not in
Feels
a public gym where, you leave wet footprints beneath your feet.
That's true. You do that.
You want to squat so hard that you're sweating through your soles.
Yeah.
And knowing you, your socks are probably very unhygienic.
No, these are clean as hell.
Oh, really?
Okay. These aren't clean.
They're not that clean.
I give them a B.
They're not dirty. What do? You throw your socks out after you wear them?
No, I don't squat in socks because my shoes are and my feet are wet.
That's how I know you're not a real lifter, bro.
Or you can wear. What if I said I wore Olympic weightlifting shoes?
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. That would definitely change my opinions. There's nothing better than just getting a good squat in, though. Just feet on the soil.
Yeah, it's grounding.
Yeah.
Efron used to talk about that.
I like my feet to be connected to the earth while I'm squatting.
But once you get on the D-Cliff program, he's going to tell you about the dangers of vanity lifting, about trying to get your squat and deadlift numbers so high just so you can satisfy something in yourself. It's going to hurt. It hurts your mobility. It's going to hurt your mobility in the long run.
Understood. My weakness right now is really in my my forearms and my hands.
You got to do the Zotman curls.
Yeah, reverse. I'm big into those.
How
are
long
actually
do you think you could hang from a bar for?
10 seconds.
Come on.
Dude, that's so much harder than I always think it is.
Isn't it
30
crazy
seconds?
how like
Probably 30.
every movie in the 90s involved like a scene where somebody was hanging from a cliff or a helicopter.
Yeah.
It made it seem like you were going to be hanging from a building if you just lived long enough.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a matter of time before you dangled off of the side of a balcony or some shit like that. That used to be happening all the time.
Yeah.
And then
Used to be
someone
hanging.
or that it's even crazier that to think that someone could get pulled up from a fucking
Yeah.
like just grab on wrist by wrist
Yeah.
and get pulled all the way up. Do you know what kind of fucking strength that takes?
Yeah, with the way my rows are going right now, there's no way I could do that.
You couldn't pull someone off the side of a cliff.
No, not even with two hands.
They'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Much less one hand.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, what you're training for. But even, like, what's the biggest kettlebell that you could pull like that?
If you could
Like a
pull one of your
60
boys with one arm off of a cliff, that means that you could probably row 315 for reps.
Yeah. You're Magnus von Magnusson.
Yeah.
You're world's strongest man if you do
Yeah.
some shit like that.
Exactly.
You're Mr. Olympia if you could do some.
I guess
Mr. Olympia is
there's
just
probably a
aesthetic.
lot of adrenaline though. If your boy's hanging off a cliff,
There
you're
is.
probably like, I'm going to get him up somehow.
I always thought that in Batman Begins, they showed how that's done in the most realistic way. Do you recall in the very beginning of the movie?
To be honest, I never saw the full Batman Begins.
Oh,
Yeah. Skipped right to the Dark Knight.
Refresh me. What happens? Is
They're
that which one is Batman?
sliding-
Which one's begins?
it's the first one.
It's
With
the one with the
Christian
Sandman
Bale.
guy. Was
Oh,
that
with
his name,
Christian
the
Bale.
Sandman?
What?
In Batman Begins, it's the guy with the fucking mask.
Oh, the Scarecrow.
The Scarecrow, that's his name.
Cillian Murphy
Yeah.
plays him. No, it's Liam Neeson. Ra's
Yes.
al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul.
That whole group, the League of Shadows. And in the beginning, they blow up the temple and they're sliding down the snow slope. And he grabs Liam Neeson, who's unconscious. He grabs his arm and they get to the edge of the cliff and somehow he arrests his motion and he's holding him. And then he does sort of a curl roll where he gets it in here or whatever, and then rolls to bring him up.
Mm.
That's
And I
more
thought
realistic.
It looked, instead of just full on curling an entire body up.
Damn near every Batman has. What was the, there's
Now that
another
I'm thinking about
Batman.
it too, yeah, in Dark Knight Rises, when they're in the plane in the opening scene, and remember they eject the plane and he holds onto the guy just by his arm.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
And there's another Batman where I think it's Batman and Robin, where Robin gets completely covered in like dirt, and then you just see like Batman fucking grab his wrist and just pulls him up.
Yeah.
What kind of lat workouts is fucking Batman doing? What
That's
kind of
crazy.
rows is he doing?
Batman's pretty jacked, and so is Bane.
He's got to be rowing 200 for reps.
Batman?
I mean, if he's
Easily.
picking up Robin with his full suit
Yeah,
on,
Robin's a little twink ass bitch.
bro, do not fucking disparage
I could
Chris O'Donnell
I
like that.
could pick up Robin with my
No.
fucking one
You could
hand.
play
if I wanted
Robin
to.
if we're talking twink ass bitches.
I'm not a twink, bro.
You
I'm a
could-
hunk.
You could play Christopher Robin. You fucking bitches.
Wait, so oh fuck.
The guy who played Robin.
When
was
you
in my
guys
uncle's
talk
wedding.
about rows,
That's
are you
why.
talking about dumbbell rows?
No,
Dumbbell
I'm talking
rows.
about barbell rows.
Yes.
Both hands.
Both hands.
Oh, I was talking about
Yeah.
the dumbbell row.
No,
Like,
dumbbell rows are easy when you just put one hand, one knee on the bench.
yeah.
Yeah, that shit's easy. That's
That's a
light work.
good. That's a good one. That's a
That
good
is a good
workout,
one.
though.
Yeah, but I'm
So
all about.
You're
I'm
bent
all
over
about-
it,
Yeah,
and you're pulling it up.
yeah.
What and how much do you do?
I'd rather not say.
Oh, that seems hard.
You don't want to reveal your strength to the public. You want to
Okay.
keep them guessing.
You've said every other
Just in
metric.
case someone tries to try your ass on the street. There you go. They didn't know I packed a punch like this.
But they didn't know you packed a pull like that.
Yeah, I'll row your ass. Yeah, I'll pull you closer
Oh.
with little to no strength.
Pull you in for a kiss.
You're gonna think the
Yeah.
fight's over, but I'm bringing you
I'm
right back
pulling
in.
you in.
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
try and run away. And fucking Batman grab him
Exactly,
by the
yeah.
back and yank his ass in.
I'm all about compound lifts these days. Really
I love
just-
how the two skinniest, fattest dudes on the show are the ones. This is one of the phases we go through on this show.
Oh, a lot.
Francis, I don't know if you've been in this phase since you've returned to the show of us just talking about
lifting.
when playing season comes to a close. We start talking about
yeah.
lifting and fitness.
You gotta talk lifting. It originally was a lifting podcast. Truly.
It really was.
Oh
That's how we
man,
got Bryce Hall on.
Yeah. And Billy McCusker.
Yeah.
That was how he was drawn to the show. Was our
Yeah.
lifting talks. He sent me his workout program.
he's pretty jacked, right?
Yeah, he's huge.
Because he's a painter.
Yeah.
But there you go.
He's a
Exactly.
podcaster.
Yeah.
He's a jacked podcaster who paints as a hobby from time to time.
I wonder if he maintained his strength. Like, when was his peak?
I don't know.
Spade is definitely fucking jacked too, bro. There's no doubt in
yeah.
my mind that guy could fucking pull someone out of the rubble if he
Absolutely.
needed to.
Well, those guys like fall from fucking 10-story buildings and just get up and go back to work.
Yeah, they bounce like a goddamn Harry Potter character.
Was Spud the one that fell off of a building
Yes.
and like hurt
He's
himself?
like, why do I have a
severely?
headache the
Yeah.
next day?
And then he just went back to work the next day. He fell off of like a 5-story building.
Damn.
Did you guys see the video of that YouTuber who was on a parachute with a motor on it and fell from 85 feet?
No.
It's amazing.
Did they live?
They lived. I need to find this just to show it to you. It's only funny because they lived.
85 feet is high.
But is that 5 stories? How high is that?
That's at least 5 stories. Isn't it 10 feet a story?
Probably,
Here we go. Having so much fun.
That sound he made. Wait.
what
Keep it
was that
going. Let me see it
sound?
from this angle.
Did he get super injured?
Yeah.
I
But
guess
he's fine.
based off
He's-
that sound, right?
Oh, man, dude.
That sound is crazy.
He's fine and he's laughing about it. Hey Siri, call 911. And he's
Well,
like,
I think that's what I'm confused by.
This is tough to watch, Ron.
we can cut it. We can cut it if you
No, we
want.
don't have to cut it. I'm just more curious about what he injured. All right, I've seen enough.
Have you ever
I need to
been-
listen to him
have you
When
cry.
he describes it to 911, though, he's like, I'm on the motorized paraglider. They're like, what are you on? He's like trying to say like the technical terms for it. Guys, let's take a second and talk about Game Time. Game Time. Did you know that you can get tickets to a Knicks game, a Yankees game?
What a time of year for game
Bruins.
time.
Do you know you can go to the Brooklyn Cyclones, the Rangers, even the Islanders or Mets?
Wow.
And it's all right here on your phone at Game Time.
Game time.
So simple, so straightforward. Just a couple clicks and bam, you have been transported into a memory that you will never forget. New York Red Bulls playing this Saturday. Get in the freaking building. New York FC. I mean, there's so much going on. The Adirondack Thunder. Imagine being able to go to an Adirondack Thunder game. You might even be able to get tickets for Francis's special on Game Time. I've seen you on Game Time before. I've
Have you?
seen your tickets available on Game Time. Comedy, music, sporting events, live theater, if that's your cup of tea.
Yep.
You can get it all right there on Game Time. It's so straightforward. And plus, Game Time's the best place for last minute tickets. They'll have 60%, what? Up to 60% off of your favorite events. Unbelievable deals going on over at Game Time. I'm excited to go to Francis's show. And if available, I will buy some tickets on Game Time. That's my promise to you. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BOYDAD for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Have you guys ever been
I bought a paramotor.
hurt to the point where you were making sounds like that?
Yeah, when I broke my arm in 5th grade,
How'd that happen?
I tripped over my lunchbox while running to class on my first day of school.
Siri, call 911. I just tripped over my lunchbox.
It was really embarrassing.
I'm going 14 miles an hour.
It was super embarrassing.
If I fall from like 4 feet, that's how. Like if I fall from my
Yeah.
height, that's the
Yeah.
sound that I make.
Falling is a nightmare.
Not knocking the wind out of yourself, you'll be like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Knocking the wind. I had the wind knocked out of me a couple times, and that's always a. It's just like noise.
You make sounds you can't help yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sound like you're throwing up.
Yeah.
Is there a psychological thing where like the moaning makes you feel better?
Probably not. It's probably just a instant reaction. I didn't cry, though. When I broke my arm, I didn't cry. I just let out screeches like that.
Yeah.
While a group of
It's
kids
okay
surrounded me.
cried, bro.
And I was just like, yeah!
Was it a compound fracture?
Yes.
Really? The bone came through
no,
your arm?
no. It was not.
Oh.
It was, they had to re-break my arm, though.
Why?
Because it was broken in multiple places. And it was out of line, so they had to re-break it in the hospital to put it back into place.
They're probably like, this shit isn't even broken, so if you want the valor at school, we're going to have to break this for you.
I didn't think it was broken because I got up and it was like I was walking with it in a sling and it felt fine. But then I went to the hospital and I got x-rays and they were like, yeah, no, it's fucking destroyed.
Do you think that the severity of that break is what has made it harder for you to catch fish?
No, because I don't even remember which arm I broke, to be honest. It had to have been my right arm.
You don't think that might contribute to why there have been so many days lately that you've gotten skunked?
No. I don't know how that would have anything to do with that.
I think there's probably like a mobility thing, or maybe there's
no, because I masturbated my way back into full strength, if not
You're
more
like the
strength
construction
than my left
worker who
arm.
went back to baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like the carpenter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a couple years working on wood.
Yeah.
And you were good to go.
Because I was smart enough to know, well, I broke my right arm, so obviously it's lacking in strength. And then when I started masturbating, probably in 6th grade, I said, I want to go with my weaker arm so that over time it'll become stronger than my left arm. Now this is my casting arm.
And yet you're a lefty?
Yes.
So you're sure you broke your right hand?
Positive.
Because you just said a moment ago, I'm not sure which arm I broke.
No, I'm positive because I went back to school and I was writing fine.
Ah.
How's that your writing motion?
What would you prefer my writing motion to be? This?
It just looked like jerking off.
Like you fucking Philly dumbasses. That's probably how you write in fucking. That's how you learned how to write in Philly. Just like this.
Look, Mom, it's a cake. I used to draw my mom a picture every day when she dropped me off at kindergarten. I didn't want her to go. I was miserable. I was too young for school. It might have been preschool, and I hated it. And every day I would draw her a picture before she left, and it was always the same thing. It was always a cave. And I would just do big circles with a crayon, holding it like this, and then I would sign it. And I wrote my entire name in capitals except for the I, which I did undercase.
Ooh,
that's
very
cute.
artsy.
And I would
That's
hand it
cute
to
as
her.
hell.
And I don't know what she did with it.
Threw them away.
What do
as
you
soon as
think
she
it
left.
means that a child would draw so many caves?
I think that's like some Play-Doh shit.
I think I was in hell. That was my own personal hell.
What's Plato's cave? It's like there's like a projection of a person, and then like the projection is what the world sees or some shit like that. It's like someone dancing in front of a fire, and then like the light of the fire projects it, and that's what the people outside of the cave see.
Interesting.
I wonder what the fuck Plato was getting at.
I'm not that up to speed on Play-Doh.
I'm not either. I actually got in trouble for plagiarism in college, writing my Play-Doh essay.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Play-Doh is a toy that children play
I
with
just
that's
went.
mushy.
I just took everything off the internet. I didn't think, but I didn't take it off the internet. I Googled the questions and I wrote the answers. And they were like, "Well, you got these answers from the internet," and it was like, "Yeah, no shit. Thought those were the right answers."
What were they?
It was an essay?
It was an essay on. It was in my philosophy class, and they said. They were like, well, it's not in your. They were like, it's not your own takes, and I'm like, but isn't there only one right? Like, I don't understand philosophy. They were like, well, this is someone else's answers, and I was like, how is there a right answer or a wrong? I guess there's like,
and
I
that's
guess,
probably what they wanted you to get at.
in
That's
philosophy. I guess there's like 1,000 different answers.
Yeah. You need to interpret a little bit.
Yeah. So that was stupid. I wasn't like copy and pasting and fucking.
Right. If this comes up again, I would tell you that even just changing a few words into your own voice is probably a safe strategy.
But that's what I did.
Doesn't sound like it.
But I downloaded Grammarly and I downloaded the teacher's plagiarism checking option. I submitted it and there was 0% plagiarism, and then they used like turned it in or some shit. And mine was like 90% plagiarism.
If you're plagiarized checking your own work, there's a pretty good chance that you've
that is plagiarized.
plagiarized.
That is a good point, yeah. But I've always done that. I just did that growing up.
Yeah, because you were plagiarizing.
Yeah, but like not fully plagiarizing.
Yeah.
I was plagiarizing so little that on Grammarly it came up that I had 0% plagiarism.
So you
And then another software said I had 100% plagiarism. I guess there's like a different one for philosophy teachers. These thoughts aren't his own. Fucking dumbass class.
Kids got expelled from our school constantly for
Well,
Harvard-
plagiarism.
High school or
College.
College.
It happened so much.
That's because in Harvard, if you like, I feel like I always hear like famous stories about people getting expelled from Harvard for plagiarism. They did
Yeah, I
not
mean, it
fuck
was
around
it
about
was
it.
sort of the number one thing. There was a class
That and racist memes.
I heard
Wasn't
a
that a
kid
big
got
thing in
expelled
Harvard?
because he had such poor attendance at the protests.
Oh yeah.
He barely made it to any protests.
Yeah.
And they kicked his ass out.
I walked by an NYU protest the other night, and it's just like white girls like dropping it down, just twerking at a protest.
Come on,
Swear
really?
to God, dancing in the streets.
I saw the tent city that they erected at Columbia, and I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look great.
No.
You would have thought that students of that means would have bought better
Some Patagonia.
tents.
Yeah.
Some Columbia
You know.
outdoors wear.
Yeah. That guy I watch on Instagram who goes to the Alaskan wilderness.
Oh yeah, outdoor boys.
Is that him?
Yeah.
The guy with the glasses?
Yeah.
He needs to go to Columbia
Yeah, show them how to set
and
up a
teach a
show them
class.
how to create
Yeah.
proper shelter.
Yeah.
Although I think they're about to be
Are they going
national
all-
guarded out.
Aren't they all going online? Like all the classes at Columbia are going online,
That's
and now
right.
people are they're demanding their money back because they're like, we didn't sign up for online.
Yeah.
But they should have an online tent making class. But I
They
guess
should,
that's the kind of thing you need to do in
Luke.
person.
That's his name.
That guy?
Yeah, Luke.
Mhm.
I watch his videos too. They're
I
great.
like his videos.
Maybe you were really into the song "The Cave" by Mumford and Sons.
That is a good
Yeah.
song, and I have been listening to that.
How
a
does
lot
that one
It's
lately.
a
go?
heater.
And
It's empty in the
Yeah.
valley of your heart.
The sun, it rises slowly as you walk away from all this pain. I know the
That's a banger.
sun, it the
Whenever
harvest
they start
left no
clapping
food
fast
for you to
over
eat.
their head.
You cannibal, you meat eater. You
I'm
see.
big into like the Mumford and Sons and like the Lumineers. I like their gay little antics.
And I will
Yeah,
hold
the
on
clapping.
open.
And then I like
Their
the
overalls,
Lumineers. They're
their
always
banjos.
hey
Yeah.
in every song.
Yeah.
I know they have the one song,
Hey
hey
ho.
ho hey or whatever it is, but they do that in every.
People
song.
go to their shows to hey ho.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. You
It's
wanna
their
let out a hey
they're
ho.
like their hip hop harangue
Yeah.
over there.
Mm.
Yeah. Those songs, when you're on a long drive, those songs will wake you right up. Get you passionately singing.
You get a fucking speeding
and
ticket.
I
Will hold on,
will hold on to hope, and
I
I
will let you choke on that noose around your neck, and I'll find strength in pain.
Truly, those songs will really get you. They'll wake you up. Way more than like.
I clocked you
Screamo
going
or-
125 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
Sorry, I was listening to The Cave.
Yeah.
I was listening to a Mumford and Sons song that came out 10 years ago.
Our speeding camera has you clapping along, driving with your knees.
Hey ho. It's a way of soliciting a prostitute.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Not to be confused with the way that little people solicit prostitutes.
Hi-ho.
Hi ho.
Damn good.
Very
I
good.
should have let you. I sassed you right there.
No, I
Yeah.
wanted you to bring it home.
I sassed you.
No. When you do it, there's an appreciative smirk on your face. When he does it to show that he could have thought of it
To get to the
himself.
base first.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a hidden ball trick.
Saw that coming from a mile away.
It should be competitive. You should want your jokes. You should want your jokes to be unique enough that I can't jump in and go.
Should be
"Got
comedy
it."
sports.
Yes.
I saw a comedy sports van driving around Milwaukee last time I was in Milwaukee.
What
and
is
it said
that?
Estate 1989.
What is comedy sports?
I think it's like competitive improv.
Oh,
And they have vans. What the fuck do they have vans for?
they're
They
saying
probably all
improv is
live
making
in
a
them.
comeback.
No.
I don't know.
No.
Aren't they opening, or didn't they open a second city in Brooklyn?
They did.
Yeah, I went to
Ron
the
went.
Oh yeah, you went.
first or second night of it.
Second city, I think Second City in Chicago is like done, right?
I don't know.
I know they do like classes and shit there.
You never did improv, right?
God no.
I did it big time. I
Knew
was
that
into
shit.
it.
Knew that shit was lame from the beginning. From the jump.
From Rip.
It is
Alrighty, can we get a
beneficial.
location?
Can we get
Anybody.
a skin disease? Psoriasis. Eczema.
Big Cat said he did a improv class when he was in Chicago, and he said he thought it made him less funny.
I don't think it's a good thing for funny, but it is a good thing for acting.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's where it helped.
For living truthfully under imaginary circumstances.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes, and improv joke.
Clemmer,
That was an improv reference.
Clemmer is a big improv head.
Never do that again. Yeah.
I wanted to feel the texture of that fucking mesh shirt you're
What
wearing.
is it? Does it feel how it looks?
Looks like fucking flax.
Looks like a burlap sack.
Rip that thing apart and sprinkle it on some fucking Greek yogurt. What is that shirt made of? A fucking basket?
You got a basket.
Are you bringing sardines home
like
from the bazaar?
The
in
most
that thing?
normal shirt of all time. Like,
My
if
boy
one of you guys
collects
came
eggs
in
in that
with this
shirt.
shirt, I would not even look twice. I wouldn't be like, what the fuck is that fucking bullshit shirt? I'm going to sprinkle that on my fucking Greek yogurt. That looks like it would be a great topping on my grain bowl.
I don't put flax on top of my grain bowl. That is
That's
a
redundant.
savory meal. Greek
Grain bowls are
yogurt,
nasty.
slightly sweet.
I'm a big Greek yogurt guy these days.
Are you?
Yeah,
For
flips.
the protein.
Chobani flips.
Oh, those are good. The
They're
flips.
good as hell.
Flips are good.
Not enough yogurt, though. I'll be the first to say it.
I don't know that you are the first to make that.
If you're lucky, you get three scoops of yogurt.
3 bites?
Yeah. Well, it's a scoop.
Are you telling me it's more flip?
It's more flip than it. I mean, it's
More
almost
flip?
It's almost even. It's almost just as much flip as it is.
Would you
Yogi.
almost say, hey, why don't you have some Greek yogurt with that topping?
Exactly.
You'd make that joke.
Yeah, I would.
When did they, remember they used to have the fucking Oreo? Was those a flip?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
those were great.
Those
I have one of
were-
those at my house
That's
right
just
now.
dessert.
That is not a health food.
Yeah, but
11
when you're a
grams of protein
child-
per serving, brother.
If you go hard enough on the playground, you could eat stuff like that, and it was food.
Yes.
That's my thought.
You had to earn it.
You look at children. I was with my niece and nephew all weekend, and they're eating a lot of carbs.
They know?
Processed carbs. A lot of pasta, a lot of
Have
bread.
they listened to Huberman Labs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
these kids, you know,
That's going to slow them down in the long run.
I think it's probably the reason they end up having to take naps in the afternoon.
Well, they need to reset their microbiome.
Yeah,
They need to.
fecal transplant.
They need to have a
therapy.
fecal transplant from a skinny adult.
What you really got to do is get them on nootropics. Nootropics ASAP. Alpha Brain.
Ashwagandha,
Exactly.
lion's mane mushroom
Lion's mane.
purees.
Mm.
If my kids aren't on lion's mane by the time they're 3, I've made a mistake.
Yeah,
Call Child Protective Services.
Yeah. If they're not foraging their own lion's mane in their commune that they're living in, they've made a massive mistake. They sell calming gummies in the airport now.
Yes.
Really?
Ollie.
Have you seen that? There's like multiple brands. They're as cheap as $8 and as expensive as $40.
Yeah, it's literally just L-theanine.
No, there's lion's mane.
I'm begging you to come up with your own stack, please.
There's lion's mane in some of them. Some of these stacks are pretty advanced stacks.
Big Nootropics is trying to fuck us out of the idea that we can't just come up with our own stacks for a significantly cheaper price.
You're looking at me, and I have not a clue what you're talking about.
You don't stack?
What is stacking?
Stacking is like Alpha Brain and all of these like brands. It's just a stack of different nootropics that you can buy yourself and create it. It's the same thing with pre-workout. How people are like, "Oh, you're spending all this money on pre-workout when you can just go buy the individual ingredients yourself." And
Oh, and people
For
are doing
cheaper.
that?
make it. Yeah, I'm not,
No.
but that's what it is.
It's like
There's a-
multivitamins when you
Yeah,
can just have.
You can just take the individual vitamins for cheaper and buy them in bigger quantities.
Yeah, but the whole point of taking the multivitamin is
Is
so
that
that
you
I
don't
don't have
have to
to
do that.
choke down a mouthful of vitamins.
Yeah.
I remember one time in college, I was sitting with the hockey kids, and they all took tons of vitamins, and they would try to take them in one mouthful.
Yeah.
And they'd have 2 fish oil pills, a multivitamin.
that burp after that is
disgusting. Yeah, but
the oregano oil mixed with the fish
Oh.
pill.
I don't take fish oil, but I could. I've always been able to take pills easily.
What did you say?
I
You,
used to
you
take
don't take it, but
Adderall.
you could.
Yeah, well, I know some people.
Capable.
I know some people are
He
like,
knows
I
where
can't
to
take
find it.
this. But I used to take Adderall just dry when I was growing up.
You know, I looked at you and I thought, there's no way this dude can take
I had
fish
written you
oil.
off
Yeah.
too. But
Some
you're
dude,
saying
have you ever
could
met
take
someone
fish oil.
who's like, I can't do it. It's just too big of a pill for me.
Well, most people I meet are like that.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I can't do it. I simply can't.
Yeah.
The odds are stacked
They have to
against
take it
me.
with like yogurt. They got to take it with a flip.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
to chop it up and fucking snort it.
Yeah.
Hide it in a ball of peanut butter
Yeah.
like I'm a Labrador
Like a dog.
retriever.
Have you
Yeah.
ever cut open a fish oil just to see what it smells like?
No, but I had loose fish oil. I had uncapped fish oil that I would pour.
That's disgusting.
Just drink it. It's mainlining. I don't want my stomach to have to break anything down. I want it straight in my veins.
Yeah.
I heard, where does the fish oil come from?
Fish.
Trout,
But where in the fish?
their skin.
It's in their skin?
I think so.
Who was talking about these fucking, like, they discovered some ancient remedies that people took, and part of it was fish oil, but also part of it was, like, human oil.
I don't know.
I don't take human oil, but I could.
Yeah. I could see you sucking down a human oil.
Everybody says you can't take human oil, but I probably could.
When I go fishing, I'll just take a big lick of the trout and throw it back. That's my fish oil from the day.
Just take a bite out of the trout and fucking send it on its way. Pound of flesh.
If we were to, the three of us were to be on let's say, auction at like one of those tuna markets, and someone was buying us to eat, who would fetch the highest price from a food perspective?
Me, easily.
You think?
Yeah, younger.
Well, it's like, do you want a filet mignon, a lean cut, or do you want
A fatty cut.
I don't think
exactly.
you want me. I don't think you
ribeye.
want me.
No, you're a fucking, yeah. You don't
I'm
want...
tough. I'm gamey.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
a
be
fucking
gamey.
No, it's a
ribeye.
lean cut. I mean,
I'm a fatty cut of ribeye.
You're marbled.
You are.
Yeah.
You're very
Yes.
marbled.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
like some.
I'm so fatty.
Japanese...
I'm one of those fatty cuts that you actually got to remove some of the fat, even though you like the fat. You're like,
This
this is
next
too much.
lot
It's too
has not
succulent.
exerted
Yeah.
more than 14 calories of energy over the last 2
You're like
weeks.
an olive-fed veal, but it's Red Bull instead of fucking olives.
You're a prize goose for Christmas.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the like strips of olive-fed meat where you like taste the olive inside of them?
I think so. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Olive loaf? What's that?
Olive loaf is pimentoed meat where they put the olives into.
Ugh.
They like insert it into cured meat.
Don't like it.
But then the olive fed is fucking amazing.
Mm.
But
Okay.
also has to be one of the most cruel things that you
Who's
could.
talking? Put that away.
It's okay.
Are you fucking out of your mind? My dad's texting me. I checked to see what he said. I was listening to Roan.
Is he going to the Bucks game tomorrow?
No.
Me and him should run link game.
Yeah, you should.
I have an
My
extra
dad's
seat.
pissed at me
Why?
Why?
because I'm trying to get a business manager, and they're like, "We'll just do it for you."
Oh,
They don't believe in any of this. Like,
You want a third manager?
I need.
I told
I'm
you
going
to
to
just
prison.
get a bookkeeper.
I'm going to go to jail. My taxes are still not paid, and I do not have an extension.
A business manager,
I'm
though?
royally fucked.
You're going to give
not.
10%?
You're just going to pay a late fee. Everybody ends up. A lot of people do this. I told you to get the bookkeeper. The bookkeeper's the right thing.
This
to
is
do.
like similar to that. I had met with the person this morning.
Will this person book your flights for you?
No.
So what are they going to do? Are you just talking about an accountant?
They're going to do my taxes. They're going to keep track of all of my spending. They're going to invest, set up.
There's definitely
retirement
an app
funds
for that.
me. Dude, I don't know. There isn't. I'm going to do it.
I actually
I'll be
think I
okay.
know the right person to do all this. You know who it is?
Who?
Your dad.
He
No.
definitely could and would do
My
this.
dad doesn't know how to do his own taxes.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
How doesn't he?
Dude, I call my dad asking questions, and he doesn't. He files W-2. He does not know anything about 1099s. My mom's like, I'll just do it. She's like, I know how to do it. And I'm like, no, you don't, because you're setting me up with the guy that you use, and he doesn't even know how to do it.
Sass called me in a panic last week, and he was like, dude, what do you owe in taxes?
It's like all of my money.
And he's like, I've never seen anything like this. He's just like,
Yeah.
I can't believe how much I have to
And then it
pay.
turned out it was all wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's too high?
Dude, I told you, he doesn't know. All of my earnings were wrong.
Oh.
He didn't have 13 of my 1099s.
But you also have uncashed checks just sitting in a stack on your.
No, they're all cashed. All my checks are cashed.
I told Sass I expected to pay a certain amount, and then I actually found out this week what it is, and it was less than half of, or it's about half of what I quoted him. And I was so excited, and I messaged my accountant and thanked him.
Yeah, so I'm getting a new guy.
Mine's like twice as much as I expected to pay.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Dude, my mom is like, she's like, well, Taylor Swift's mom does her taxes. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not Taylor Swift and you're not Taylor Swift's mom. Also, I don't want to be, my mom's like legitimately saying that she wants to be my business manager. I don't want to have to call my mom and be like pissed.
No, you shouldn't do this.
I don't want to have to call my mom and be like, why didn't I get my check from the Connecticut Funny Bone yet? Why are you not on this?
History
Like, that's the
is-
relationship me and my mother want.
Dude, history is littered with cautionary tales of
Dan
artists
Cook.
that went into business with their family members being their business managers or their managers. Look at the Jackson 5. Didn't the Jackson 5 get fucked by
It's
their
dirty
dad?
business to get in bed with your dad.
Yeah,
is
that's
what you're
right.
saying.
Yeah, pretty
Dane
much.
Cook's brother, they don't speak anymore because his brother stole all of his money.
Exactly.
And my mom's like, well, I wouldn't steal from you. And it's like, that's not the problem.
She says that now.
Yeah,
but once
it's
you
so
start
easy to
earning
say.
a little
Yeah.
more, she'll say this.
Once you start seeing those checks,
She'll say this to herself.
she's
She'll
like, I'll
say,
put one of these aside for myself.
yeah, she's going to say, I've done a lot of work and I deserve a little treat.
Yeah.
It's just payback for your schooling, your private schooling.
Yeah. Well, I went to private school for a year.
That year to her is worth a
With
little
interest.
a little skim.
Yeah.
Just
skim.
a taste, just like you licking the fish.
Exactly.
It's just a bite of fish
Mhm.
that she's taken.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like you'll know. Your dumbass isn't going to have any idea.
These texts that they're sending me are out of control.
Damn, dude. I'm sorry you're going through this.
What do they say?
There is a reason that young people have a parent be their business manager. It's because it's the only person they can trust, and that's 100% true. And then my dad's just sending me paragraphs, and I just replied with "Blowing Money Fast" by Rick Ross.
To your dad? What does he say to that?
He didn't even acknowledge it
Why are you memeing your parents?
because, dude, they don't know what they're talking about. They just make things up. They make shit up.
I can't believe this conversation is happening.
Dude, this is the reason that I'm in this is because they were like, no, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You use our accountant. We trust him. He's done our taxes for years. And then I use their accountant. And I'm like, I don't know if this guy's going to know to the extent of like what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, no, he knows everything. Look where we are now. I'm going to jail. So,
It's funny.
yeah, what can you do? I was in tears laughing when my mom was suggesting that she can be my business manager.
Why can't she? She just wants to connect with you.
Oh, she does.
They want to,
Dude, my
be part
parents
of your
think
process.
that everyone is stealing money from me.
I'm in your parents' camp.
No
You
one's
want to
stealing.
add another thief? You were like, hey, we only have 2 foxes in the hen house right now. Why not? We have room for another fox. We actually have room for 8 more foxes if it's all at 10%.
It is funny when you get on the call with these guys and they just list off all their big clients and you're like, it doesn't matter. They're like, yeah, we work with Jamie Foxx a little bit here and there. And it's like, oh, great. I'm sure our finances look exactly the same.
They worked with him early when he was on roasts and stuff like that, when he
Yeah.
was roasting Doug Williams.
Yeah. Heard Tom Brady's doing a roast
That's right.
on Netflix.
Yeah, Mike Lawrence is
It's out
writing
in
on
LA
that.
this
Yeah,
weekend.
I saw that.
You follow Mike Lawrence?
Yeah, very familiar.
No, that's the bro. He's a kid.
Are you friends with him?
Yeah.
He's pretty well respected in the comedy world for his writing abilities.
fucking
They wrote
killer.
together on the battle rap show.
Oh, really?
He's the one that brought me to all the roast battles.
Yeah. People really like him.
He's a great writer. He's he's a machine.
I think people say that he went on the road with Pete Davidson a bunch for his last special.
Is that
He
right?
did.
Yeah.
He's a machine.
Yeah. I heard Schultz is doing it. I think Tony Hinchcliffe
Schultz
is doing
doing
it.
the roast?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised.
They didn't ask me.
Yeah, they should.
It's more like I don't think Tom Brady's going to be able to control anything that Andrew Schultz says.
I bet
And
they are.
Whereas I think if he had like Kevin Hart or
Oh, yeah.
someone like that,
I bet
he
there's
would have
things
a
that are
little
off
bit
limits.
more.
But I bet, what are they going to say? That he has buccal fat removal surgery?
No, they're probably going to talk about his kids, him kissing his kids.
Yeah, that.
Oh, that plays.
They're probably going to talk about his kid's big-ass cock.
His howitzer is the term that we use around here in these halls.
Isn't that what Dave got in trouble for?
Yeah, so early on.
Funny.
Now his kid's an adult with a big cock, and it plays.
Yeah.
It plays when you call a grown man big cocked.
Yeah. Is he a grown man, though? I think he's probably, like 15?
It's grown in some cultures.
Jewish. If he's Jewish, he's grown.
Giselle Bundchen, she's almost assuredly a Nazi who fled to Brazil, or at
Oh,
least
yeah.
of that lineage.
Absolutely.
Is she Brazilian?
That's where she's from, right?
And her name is Bundchen? Yeah, she's got to
Yeah.
be a Nazi that fled to
Absolutely.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Bunch.
Makes you
Is there
wonder
an
about
umlaut
Brady.
over the U?
Bundchen? Giselle Bundchen?
You guys
Well-
watch the draft?
NFL?
Of course.
Did you repost your vid?
No.
You pinned it, though.
I didn't pin it. My manager pinned it.
You should have reposted it.
I don't pin.
My
I don't
business
pin
manager
shit.
pinned it.
Yeah.
He said it'd be good for our bottom line.
I told him repost it, and he wouldn't do it.
My
He
mom
said it was a
pinned
good
it.
idea, and then he
Everyone
didn't.
was telling me to repost it, and it was like, dude, I post on Instagram so little. It's like one of my last posts. I can't have.
Yeah,
like,
dude, that would be
the
brutal to
exact
get
same
like
post.
100,000 likes and like 12,000 followers. That would
I have
suck
respect
so
for
bad.
the art. I know this is a foreign concept these days. I respect the art too much to be reposting.
I don't think so, brother. You don't respect the game then.
I respect the game.
No, you don't. You respect the art, but not the game.
I respect the game so much that 50% of my money is going straight to the game.
You're paying your dues. You're kicking up to the mob.
I'm always trying to expand my crew. If anyone wants a percentage, you got to give me a
That's what I'm
5-minute
saying.
pitch.
Me and Francis should definitely have a percentage of this.
Yeah,
Because it's a
just
promo.
give me a pitch.
It's a promo wing of the Lil Sass brand.
Yeah.
Every time that we go on this podcast, or we should at least charge you the same rate that we're charging advertisers whenever
Yeah.
you give dates.
Exactly. I'm right there with you. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I watched the draft though. What do you think about the Patriots getting Drake May?
Love it.
Did you see that clip of the quarterbacks that he follows on Instagram?
Yeah, all white quarterbacks. Yeah.
Every white quarterback and not a single black.
Yeah, that's what we need.
quarterback.
That's what we need in New England. There's no beating around the bush. We need a white quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, I hope Caleb Williams sucks.
Why?
That text to the punter.
Oh, we're not going to be punting.
One of the cringiest texts. Did you see that?
No.
He texted the Bears drafted a punter not that far after they drafted Caleb Williams, and
In the
Caleb
fourth
Williams
round, I think.
texted the punter and said, "We're not going to be needing you to punt too much this year."
Nice.
And then they not only did he text that, but then they put it out to the media.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's funny too because he was probably joking. I don't know.
wonder.
He doesn't really seem like the kind of guy.
Seems
that
like a
jokes.
Russell Wilson type text.
Yeah.
Don't fucking worry about it. We got you.
Yeah.
Rest that foot, big fella. Don't even stretch before this game. I'm going to be throwing fucking bombs. Pew, pew.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have a touchdown on every drive.
Every throw, maybe. I'm thinking about throwing 100 touchdowns this year.
He'll start this year?
Yeah. They need him to save. They think they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year,
Huh.
which they have an insanely good offense. It's just their quarterback sucks. Did you take my jewel?
I'm not doing this with you
Because it was
again.
right here and now it's not. I remember putting it in a crevice and now it seems to have disappeared.
I'm not doing this game with you again.
Stand up. That's the funniest move when someone's like, stand up.
In my pocket.
I can't find the remote. Stand up. I need all of
Classic.
you guys to stand up.
I'd like to get good enough at magic that I could take it and then put it in his pocket somehow.
Like
and
behind his
make
ear.
that happen. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Pull it out from behind his ear.
Excuse me.
Hip squeeze.
Golly.
Down. Hell yeah.
Baltimore is a cool city.
Yeah, what'd you do down there? What'd you do in the Timor?
Boy, I'll tell you, that place is stunning. It's
You
a
see the
city.
bridge?
It's a city on a harbor with great boats and shit floating around, sailboat races. There are brownstone homes and tree-lined streets and cobblestone streets, and it just feels very port and
This
quaint.
might be the first time anyone's ever described Baltimore like this.
We were in this place called Fells Point. That's where the club is.
That's a
and
beautiful area.
It was unbelievable. The restaurants are awesome.
It's just like a strip of like tons of bars and restaurants.
Yeah, it felt to me like a city where if they could figure out their crime, it would explode in popularity with young people.
Yes, too bad that the American downtown is dead and they will never figure out the crime.
I guess so.
I'm thinking about getting a place out in Timonium,
The fuck is Timonium?
setting up shop out there.
Where's
That's where
Timonium?
Magoobies is.
Oh, in
Dude,
Baltimore?
they told me that the bridge collapse in Baltimore because the pieces of the bridge fell into the water and are spiky, and they make it so that big boats can't come into the harbor. So it's costing the city of Baltimore $1 million a day,
Oh my God.
which in New York are like, who cares? We'll get guys on that when we can. But that's a big deal.
That's everything they have.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much everything.
How many days has it been? Has it been 100 days yet?
It's been a long time.
Not 100.
They're gonna need
probably.
Lamar to fucking step in, donate some money.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Also, it was something that you can joke about.
The bridge?
Yeah, they didn't seem too bothered.
Because it was only, 4 migrants that died?
Was it? I didn't know their status.
They were migrants working on the bridge.
Remember when
It was like such a relief to people. People were like, oh, thank God, only 4 migrants died.
Remember when the Capitol
It's like,
was
Jesus
stormed
Christ.
and people were like, you can't joke about that, someone died. And it was like, yeah, it was one of the people that stormed the Capitol. Who gives a shit?
I did look this
Get
up,
his ass.
actually. There were multiple people that died.
At the Capitol?
The woman died.
Yeah, the woman was shot.
Someone died of a heart
A
attack.
guy had a heart attack. A guy had a stroke.
Never seen you laugh like that.
While storming the Capitol.
It
They
was
were like,
exciting.
This is too much.
It was exciting, dude. They had the
Oh my God.
steps to climb.
He had like
Yeah.
a steak in his hand. Was eating a
Some
steak.
people were not considering the sort of barriers that they had to throw a leg over, and some of the
There's not a ramp.
Having a heart attack while storming the
You
Capitol.
go up the Capitol
is so
steps.
funny.
yeah. And then one of the police officers died, but they said that
And rest in peace to him.
his were not
That's not
directly
funny.
related,
Right.
but that it all contributed to him dying. And then another police officer killed himself. There were actually, I think there were
Whoa.
2 suicides of Capitol police officers there that day who later killed themselves.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Look, I didn't read their notes.
Because they had one job.
The manifesto.
My guess is that it's probably similar to what happened where the guys that dropped the bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki killed themselves. A lot of them did.
Right.
They
They were like,
felt
we had
personally
to,
responsible for a disaster to some degree.
or maybe they were like, we had to keep our brothers out.
That feels like a big difference, though.
Yeah. Look, it's what
Rather
came
than
to my
be-
mind.
I don't know if I agree with that one.
It's another historical fact that probably people don't know that much.
No, I get what you're saying, but I feel like
Dark moment in
I feel like
history.
I'd probably be a little more bummed out if I was one of the guys that dropped the bomb that killed like 500,000 people in Japan, rather than being the guy that let like some fat old dude walk over the gate to the Capitol.
Take a shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
yeah, yeah,
To smoke weed and fucking.
yeah. To then go on to have a
Yes.
stroke while sitting in the fucking
A guy wearing a headdress you might see at like a Detroit Lions game,
Yeah.
barreling into the podium.
Is that Detroit Don?
Congress.
Detroit Don is at the podium of Congress right now? What if they arrested Detroit? You know who Detroit Don is? He's the guy from that you ever watched that Big Cat video after the Hail Mary where they just like sit down super fucking Detroit Don. He was probably at the draft.
Oh, absolutely.
They said it was the biggest crowd ever at a draft.
Yeah, it was like 250,000 people, something like that.
In total,
300,000?
I think it was like close to 800,000 over the 3 days.
Detroit's another city that's poised for a massive
Bounce back?
Yeah,
I don't know about
renaissance.
that one.
Why?
I can't say Baltimore because I've never been to actual downtown Baltimore. Just Timonium, just the beautiful city of
I think
Timonium.
Detroit's growing.
Detroit, when I went, was like, yeah, this is exactly how I imagined it.
Oh, I think it's good. Really
It's
good,
good.
dining scene. Their airport can ferry you to Japan directly. You
Yeah,
can
it is
fly
a-
direct from Detroit to Tokyo.
God
Yeah.
damn.
When I
It's
went
one
to
of the
Europe,
biggest
I flew to
airports.
Detroit first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go. So it's a huge airport, good location in the country to get around, and then decent climate and
Gray.
pretty stuff to
everywhere.
look at.
Good house music.
Home of Motown,
Home of Motown, home of manufacturing. There's still some great manufacturing jobs up there.
exactly.
Home
Lost
of
a
Eminem
lot.
and Jared Goff.
hmm
Yeah, yeah.
Well, not home of Jared Goff, obviously.
But he's-
Rich
he-
sports
his new home.
history.
Rich.
Red Wings,
beautiful
Pistons.
sports history.
Gerald Ford,
hmm
Mm.
Henry Ford.
That's right.
Dr. Dre.
No.
No, he's not. You're thinking of Eminem.
Compton.
Mm.
Thinking of Compton,
Oh,
California.
yes. Compton. Ain't no city quite like mine.
Did you know that you know
It's
that
been a very musical episode.
Baltimore fought in the they wanted to fight for the South even though they were north of DC. So
Really?
when Abraham Lincoln was on his way to DC, they tried to kill him in Baltimore. He had to
Oh.
dress up like a woman and like
I didn't know that.
There's a book called The Secret Plot to Kill Abraham Lincoln.
This is a good fact.
I want to say
You're sharing.
Detroit
You
is
should-
like the least diverse city in America.
That can't be. That
Why
is
do you want to say that?
absolutely not true. I would have said it was.
Number 2 is Detroit.
What?
Yeah.
No way, dude.
I've told you this before.
In what way? In which direction?
A lot of black folk in there.
Oh, it's not many white people?
Oh,
Are you counting-
Do you not know the definition of diverse? You thought it was only for whites?
You just said it's the least diverse.
Oh, most diverse. That's on me. See, and I fucked up. I meant it was one of the most diverse. Or no, least diverse. Least diverse. Yeah.
What are you saying right now?
Where
Yeah.
are we with the truth?
Detroit, 80% black, 15% white. It's the second least diverse, racially diverse cities in the United States. Number 1, El Paso. 90% white, 3.7% black, 1.7% Asian.
Good for Detroit.
Then I think your point stands, but not for the reasons I thought. Because I was there and I thought this is a very diverse place.
Yeah, because it was all black people.
Because I'm white.
Yes.
But-
Diverse for you.
But hold on a second. I felt accepted. And I would say
Okay.
I would say that the
Hold the phone.
integration in Detroit is better than other places I've been.
Yeah.
That black people and white people are hanging out interspersed.
We'll take a Cheddar
socially
Bob.
Yeah.
Of course. I'd
I
like to
was-
get another source on this, though, just to make sure I'm correct.
One single source. I mean, you've never looked for multiple sources before.
I know, and people get mad at me, and they say I'm confidently wrong. Look, I'm confidently right.
We were
And you're all
confidently reporting the
confidently...
news.
You guys are all confidently dumb. I think that's the truth.
got their asses. Just say where you got the. Say what the source is, and you're absolved.
That source was U.S.
Pornhub.
News. That source was usnews.com.
US News and they're pretty good, I think. They do the college rankings.
Well, they say that Detroit is the second least diverse city in America.
Maine is the least diverse state in America.
All black,
That's right.
like the New Zealand rugby team.
I got
very similar.
kicked out.
Yeah.
I was excommunicated.
We need to
Any
keep our
man
numbers
too
up.
white for Maine is a man not to be trifled with.
Yeah, where do they send you if you're too white for Maine? Switzerland?
West Virginia.
Iceland?
Yeah, either of those places.
I'd say you'd say like up to Canada, but Halifax is pretty diverse.
Is that so?
Halifax was the last stop on the Underground Railroad.
You don't say.
You wouldn't have thought you'd need to be underground up there. You'd have thought you could come above ground
Yeah.
once you got to Halifax.
Yeah, or even just Maine.
Nova Scotia's a separate. It's completely non-contiguous to Canada.
Has its own time zone.
It's Isn't it an island basically unto itself, or is it connected?
I know Newfoundland is an island.
That's what I'm thinking of.
But
And
I'm-
Labrador is in Newfoundland,
Is it?
I think.
We got to get up to
And then Prince
Newfoundland.
Edward Island is its own thing too.
I'd love to go to Newfoundland. It's pretty far, though.
Great fishing, though.
It's a lot further than I expected.
Well, it's right by Maine.
Similar to Argentina.
Argentina's tough to get to. I looked at the flights down there,
Me
man.
too.
That shit's fucking nuts.
far.
Argentina, I don't know why I expected it to be like a 5-hour flight.
I didn't expect it to be as bad as it was.
It's like a full day.
It's two bad flights.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like 12 hours each.
It's really tough.
Yeah.
They say that no one speaks a lick of English down there.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
The dude on TikTok was like, they speak fast Spanish for you.
Ooh.
They'll whip out that fast Spanish. I couldn't believe it.
Fast Spanish is tough.
I need to go somewhere where they're going to speak some fucking English.
Exactly.
Where they're going to be catering to us fucking Americans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Down there, all they have is German and fucking Spanish and maybe some Portuguese. Probably just German and Spanish. though.
Beautiful trout out there, though. Patagonia.
Patagonia?
Yeah.
Beautiful jackets
Beautiful.
Yeah. The
Beautiful
best.
trout.
That is where you go.
to get the trout.
Should we go down there?
Down there?
It's so expensive.
All right. Well, get your taxes sorted.
Yeah, get your
Hire-
business manager
hire
on it.
your
Yeah.
dad.
Get your
and
daddy
we'll-
on this.
We'll carve out some extra ginch.
Once my papa takes care of my taxes, then I'll know more what I'm capable of spending.
You can go down there. Just book a fucking. Just go back to Timonium. Rack it up.
You're
When
gonna
I was
go
in
to that club-
Timonium, the Holiday Inn was sold out.
You're going to
in
go to that
Timonium.
club I did, right?
The port?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I've heard.
Really
Nothing but
good
great
club.
things.
Really good.
Absolute slaughterhouse.
Do you have any crab while you were down there in Baltimore?
I went to a place that was right around the corner called Thames Street Oyster House, and it's one of the finest restaurants I've been to in America. I have been to, in a lot of these cities that I've been on tour at, I've tried to find a restaurant that's really worth going to, and I've been to some of the best.
You need to start keeping track. This would be a fun...
Mabel Gray in Detroit.
You should start a travel blog.
Is as good as it gets. And then I went to one in Nashville that blew my fucking socks off, but I can't remember what it was called. I'll look it up.
Was it
It was out
Toby
in
Keith's?
East Nashville. And it had upstairs this like tasting menu place, but then you ate downstairs. It was a little more casual, and I ate at the casual place, and unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
They have some of the best donuts in Nashville. $5.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Great donuts. You've got to get down there.
Beautiful donuts in Nashville.
Well, you probably have to wait till October, till beach season's over.
Nashville is hot as balls.
I know. We got to get down to fucking Nashville, Patagonia. We have a lot of fucking traveling to do.
Austin.
Newfoundland. We have a lot of places to hit.
Yeah.
We do.
I'm going to big blowout this weekend with the fellas about this Wyoming trip. We suggested perhaps just getting an Airbnb. Our leader did not take that well.
Bo was pissed.
Yeah.
Why? He likes hotels
Our
more?
fearless leader was not happy about that.
He said,
Now,
shut your fat ass up.
He wants to camp.
Oh, I see.
And he said,
What about a glamp?
This is extremely frustrating for me. And I said, it's extremely frustrating for me, too.
I need running water and not the kind I find in streams.
Exactly.
I need a bidet and some dude wipes.
He tried to tell us that we have to get life straws.
What are those?
I don't know if you're familiar with a life straw. Because I was like, we got to get water filters to drink water. So we don't have to bring fucking gallons of water. And he said, get a life straw. And I looked it up. It's literally for children in Africa so that they can put a straw like into a puddle and get clean water out of it.
That's insane.
And you put it directly into the source of the water.
That sounds good. Yeah.
So it's like every time I'm thirsty, I'm going to go over to the river and just take a big gulp of the river. That's fucking insane.
Well, can't you just fill up your bottle at the river and then put a life straw in that?
Yeah, I suppose you could do that. Yeah, or you could just get a water bottle with a water filter.
Isn't the life straw just like a filter, basically?
It's a straw for... You put it directly to the source.
You just don't like it because African children are using it.
Exactly.
If you're drinking filtered water from a mountain stream, are you sure you're getting it to the point where it's okay? You're getting out of
running
all
water,
the giardia and stuff like that?
I think running water already is pretty clean. Like moving water.
It has to be fast enough, though.
It has to be moving fast.
Yeah.
Where if you put your mouth into it, you get your cheeks blown back a little.
Yes, exactly.
Your back blown out.
So moving water is already pretty fast, and then these water filters, they supposedly they remove like 99.9% of the contaminated parts. But you know, you always wonder about that 0.001%.
You do.
And what is going on with that?
Yeah.
Diarrhea.
Imagine you having diarrhea in the wilderness of Bozeman.
That's gonna be diarrhea city out there.
Yeah,
just eating trout for every meal.
You're gonna have to you're gonna have to bring a bow.
Yeah.
And not the kind that you're friends with.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to shoot a fucking elk.
Yeah.
Just so you guys can subside for
game.
5 days.
Yeah.
I was biking across the Manhattan Bridge today. Did you take the bike in today?
Of course. Did you see the shit?
That is exactly what I'm bringing up right now.
It's like someone took a horse across.
What the fuck was that?
And
there were
was
two huge piles
of horse shit.
Was it horse shit?
It cannot have been human. They must have had a diet of hay if they're fucking shitting like that. Oh, it was a perfect horse pellets.
It was so much.
The Philadelphia in me wanted to take a bite. Looked fucking incredible.
This is the bike path on the Manhattan Bridge. There's no world where you could ever take a horse across this.
Someone must
Maybe in the late hours of the evening, 3 a.m.
A late night horse ride?
Yeah.
I don't think New York ever shuts down enough that you could fucking sneak a horse onto this bridge.
Fucking Paul Revere's riding across the Manhattan with all the fucking bikes and the delivery drivers on their mopeds.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you'll see like a chicken wing order that's coming into Brooklyn that like exploded on the way in. There's chicken wings all over the place. It's a crime scene. It's sad. And I thought that's what this was at first. But it was the most perfect turds that had to have been from at least a sheep or some type of.
I tried to think if it was a dog, and I don't think it was dogs.
Because goats actually have perfect shiny pebbles, like pellets. It has to have been a horse.
But
horses drop stacks.
They do.
This was a stack.
Yeah.
This was big piles.
Yeah.
And it was 2 different places. It must have
Far
been a
apart.
horse.
Yeah, it
or a
had to have been a
donkey,
horse.
a mule.
Some sort of,
Ungulate.
I heard the mule population is increasing in New York.
There's a drug mule.
Yeah.
A real drug mule straight up from fucking Venezuela. Yeah, I was fucking perplexed at what that.
I was baffled.
And I'd known, honestly, it was going to go completely unmentioned because I have no one to share this with.
How you do?
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I want to maybe like take a sample of it and take it to a fucking bio lab and be like, what species did this come from?
Have someone cut it up.
Or like get the cops to give us the footage.
Do you think they got cameras out there?
They have
Mid-bridge?
for the jumpers.
True.
Do they? Yeah, you might be right about that.
So that they can arrest them if they live.
I always sometimes I'll stop. Look, we're gonna not put cuffs on you because bones are sticking out of your shoulders, but
You're going to jail.
You are detained.
Yeah.
You have
Am
any
I
idea what you
detained?
just did?
I always
crime.
look over the edge and I say to myself, I think that if I went in with the right form, I'd be fine.
Or if you like throw something to break your
Francis said
fall.
that to me in San Francisco at the Golden Gate Bridge. He was being dead serious. He's like, I think I could jump off of that and land safely.
I think if you just really were focused, you could do it.
I'm sure the guys that jump are very focused.
No, they're not. They're not thinking. If anything, I would guess if you were committing suicide off the Golden Gate Bridge, you would probably you'd turn your back to the ground if you could, and just look up so that you wouldn't have to see the impact coming.
I don't think it's that relaxed. I think it's more just sheer panic and going, I shouldn't have done that.
You just jump but yeah, they're falling. They're
this
falling.
was a big mistake.
They're not falling gracefully. They're falling,
In every one of those, all those
limbs
people,
akimbo.
they don't jump. They just fall, which I think I would definitely be more of a jumper. I want to get some height.
There's
No,
a guy-
that's what. How do you know that? You don't know that.
Yeah, I do.
Why do you say that they just fall? They don't. They have
always-
to jump out
it's
over the
always
safety
like,
nets.
woo, they put their arms out like this, and then they just lean forward.
And
Not me.
I will.
Yeah.
Did you know or I heard a story of one guy who jumped and
Lived.
He lived.
That's like
Yeah.
every
And
story.
he was
But-
saved by a manatee or something.
Yes, but he has the record. He has like the record for highest like
He
jump.
does.
Okay, there we go. That's more
Yeah.
my speed.
Yeah, and this guy like came up.
That guy's an inspirational speaker now.
yes.
They all
We
are.
wanted to get him on Oops
Really?
back when the conceit of the podcast was big mistakes in life
Right.
that you've learned from.
Yeah,
Dude.
all those guys turn into motivational speakers.
Do you think that? Yeah, they probably do it just so they're like, well,
I mean, there's a
worst
part
case
of me
scenario.
that's thought about,
I'll go on
if
Rogan.
all else fails, I'll jump off a bridge, try to live, and then have that career.
That's your backup plan
Yeah.
instead of like the Marines.
I too had no hope.
I was
back
just
was
like
against
you.
the wall.
I think that I really do think that if you could go in feet first in the right way, there's a pretty good likelihood I'll be
I think
fine.
if you throw something down and you break the water first,
Yes, you can see the surface tension. Yeah, you can see the ripples.
it's about the surface tension.
That seems to be the most popular take.
Well, there's certainly.
Kick
I
off
mean,
a shoe, perhaps.
yeah,
off a
maybe
shoe
my legs would
mid-flight.
break. They say that falling at that speed, the water is akin to pavement,
Concrete. Yes.
right? But if I really pointed my toes,
If Lou Gaines did it,
I would be more worried about rupturing my eardrums because that has happened to me from a far less height.
But have you broken the water tension before? And have you been fully focused?
That's what throwing the rocks is for.
I
Yeah.
think so.
So that I thought it was so that they could see when the water was coming, so they would stop flipping.
No, I believe it's to break the water tension.
Really?
So that instead of turning it into solid concrete, it turns into more of a mushy, freshly
That
paved.
does make a lot of sense. I used to think it was for the trajectory. It was like, okay, I'll follow the trajectory of the rock.
I truly have no idea.
When has that ever held you back?
Like, I don't know why you guys are suddenly taking my word. Like, I thought we were all on the same page that it was to
We're
break
just
the water
podcasting
tension.
here, bro. We're just talking shit.
Since when is the truth of anything something we're striving for here?
That's what I'm always striving for, the truth.
Truth Social, bro.
Truth
Follow
Social.
my ass.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Follow my
account.
ass. Trump 2028.
He'll run it back. Who's he running with? When does he announce?
I think he's going to go with that the guy, the hillbilly elegy guy.
Surely isn't Pence, right?
No.
Not after that whole argument they had with the Capitol.
That kerfuffle.
Wasn't he trying to kill him?
Pence just said that he's not endorsing Trump.
Yeah, obviously he was trying to. Trump was
Biggest
literally
mistake of his
trying
life.
to murder him, wasn't he? Wasn't that what went down with the Capitol?
I don't think you know what the fuck
They
you're
were
talking about.
the people who were storming were
They were trying to
hanging
restore
They were
justice.
trying to hang
entities
Pence.
of
They're trying to
Pence.
hang with Pence. You're getting it wrong.
Imagine
So-
being the vice president and then you just find out that there's a group of people coming to your office to hang you.
It's like, fuck.
Like, this is not what I signed up for.
Well, luckily surely we have enough guards.
yeah, yeah. Now they all
the
just killed
5?
themselves.
5 is the number?
Yeah. 5 what? Like outside my door? Now guarding the whole building.
And there's one who's just like running pump fakes.
Yeah.
Remember that guy was he on the cover of Time or something like that? Because they were like, he distracted them. He had them follow him instead of going onto the
Yeah,
Senate
he
floor.
led them the wrong way. Yeah.
Was that guy's name Eric Nathan? Remember when Nate was a Capitol guard? Remember when he didn't show up on January 6th because he was fucking guarding the Capitol, protecting all of the Senate?
I don't know this. What is this?
Eric Nathan, our coworker, used to be an armed guard at the Capitol.
Are you kidding with that?
I am.
Okay. I wouldn't have thought that was his past job.
It was just complete nonsensical psychobabble.
It is pretty funny, though.
Just the thought of it.
That was a great day at the office.
It was your first time being funny at Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
You were also the first person to joke about it.
Yeah.
Everyone was clutching.
Yeah. People were mad at me because that's when people thought it was going to be like 9/11. They thought it was like the Capitol was going to randomly just start falling.
Mm.
The Capitol has fallen.
Yeah.
But then there
guy
was
like
pictures
me-
of an old lady walking through.
Yeah. Like peacefully.
Yeah. There's pictures of an old lady with an Uzi mowing down Capitol guards peacefully.
I still can't get over that someone had a heart attack and another guy had a stroke while storming. That must have been like, they must have been having so much fun.
The guys who climbed the wall. There was
Yeah.
like multiple guys climbing the wall when there's like
Yeah.
a stairway next to it.
They're paying a pretty hefty price now, though.
Oh, yeah. They're all like in jail for life
for
for
a
like
long
domestic
time.
terrorism.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. Because it is the funniest part is that they all went home. They all went to like go on a plane to go home. And they were like, you were just in the Capitol an hour ago.
And there's so many journalists whose whole job is like identifying everyone in every screenshot.
Yeah.
Years later, they're like, this man with a alligator like face mask
Yeah.
is still
Missing.
he's still unidentified.
Jack Mack.
If you have any idea who this guy is,
Yeah.
you dare say that, bro.
Jack Mack's taken a great path of Jack Mack could start selling a course and make millions of dollars.
About TikTok?
If Jack Mack moved to like Dubai and started just talking nonsense, he would be a millionaire because he's already got the following. Like he's already got like his cult of people that like love him.
He could also do a podcast with like 6 women.
Oh yeah, and just demolish them. Go, you're a whore. You're a whore. What do you bring to the table that's different?
The nuclear family is
Yeah.
crumbling, and it's all because of you,
Yeah,
OnlyFans whore.
I was sipping Johnny Walker Blue Label in the war room with Jack Mack. Have you seen that guy? Yeah.
Who do you have right now that you could call and
I
get $1
studied
million
Jack Mack.
from?
I studied Jack Mack. I know he likes Pink Whitney. What am I doing next day? Sipping Pink Whitney in the war room with Jack Mack. Just us chopping it up. That guy's the best.
He's the same guy who's like, who do you know that you could get?
Oh yeah,
$1
what's
million?
my net worth? $1 trillion. How much money do I actually have? It's irrelevant. I know I could get a wire from this guy. $1 billion right there. That's how he decided his net worth was how much money he could get loaned from his friends.
And he's like, I could call 6 different people right now and they would wire me $1 million because they know I'm good for it.
One of my favorite ones. It's not that guy. It's a different guy. The guy that's like, he's like, I got a couple different groups of friends. I got 6 p.m. friends and I got 2 a.m. friends. 6 p.m. friends, guy you call maybe at 6 p.m. You say, hey, how was your day? And then I got my 2 a.m. friends.
Cocaine friends.
I know, exactly. He's like, guy you call at 2 a.m., you hear him putting on his belt, putting his gun in his holster, going, where's the body? Where are we burying the body? And it's like, so you're friends with serial killers? Like, what is that? What is that reference?
Guys who have a gun in their holster and they're fucking talking to me about a business idea as they rip a fat line off of their Glock 9.
Have you seen this new Indian bro?
New Indian bro dropped?
Yeah, and he's selling a course on how to pick up girls. And
is he the guy who's like,
I was in the club, I'm making out with 3 different chicks the same night.
No,
he's like, but that's just a normal. Dudes are following me around, going, "How are you making out with all these chicks?" I'm going, "That's a regular night for me."
He didn't say 3 either. He was
like 12.
Yeah, he might have said 20 girls.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm making out with 20 girls at night.
I like how that's his like scale though. Is like how many girls he's making out with. Like, what are you, 13? He's not fucking them. He's just making out with them.
I slow danced with 12 girls today.
Yeah. I'm grinding. I'm grinding with 8 different girls the same night. My dick pressed up against their ass.
And I'm hard.
Usher playing in the background. That's just a normal. I didn't realize that was crazy until I started noticing I have a crew of dudes following me.
They're like, how did you get so hard while you're pressing your dick into her ass?
Exactly. I'm starting to develop a callus against my zipper of my jeans because I'm constantly pressed against ass in the club. I'd love to go to like one of those clubs and see what it's like.
I wonder who the course attendees, where do they skew? 12 years old?
Well, no, that's the weird thing is that you imagine it, you always think it's going to be these like 13-year-old, you're like, oh, Andrew Tate, like no one's actually paying attention to this dude except for like 13-year-olds. And then they show the course and it's like
Elon
grown
Musk.
Men. It's like adults.
It's Jeff Bezos
like
in the
families.
front row taking notes.
Yeah. Being like, well, I got to learn. I'm making out with one girl maybe every couple months. So I got to up my numbers.
Yeah. I only made out with 3 girls in the club last night. I could have been at 20 girls in the club that I made out with.
Follow my simple steps. We were talking about Ty Lopez at the stand the other night.
Who's that?
Remember Ty Lopez?
Uh-oh.
He was like the original dude.
Oh, the game guy?
No, he was the guy with the
mystery.
books.
Yeah, you're right.
He was the books guy. And his ad would play on YouTube before videos. He was like one of the original guys where he'd be in his garage. He's like, here I am in my garage. What you're noticing is probably my Lamborghinis and my Ferraris. What you're probably not paying attention to is my massive collection of books. Knowledge is everything.
Knowledge
and he just
is my
keeps on going,
Lamborghini.
knowledge is how I got these Ferraris and these Lamborghinis.
If you keep your books in your garage, you are not using them.
No.
You keep your books with your power tools, you
Yeah.
are not reading them.
Yeah.
There's 0% chance you're using either of them.
Yeah.
What legends. We need to get a course from Jack Mack.
Absolutely.
And we need to have him have a show with the interns that got Gaz hires this summer.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a new crop?
Of course.
There's always a new crop.
Gaz is always looking out.
Good
Jack
crop.
Mack and Gaz hand select.
Yeah.
That's like the war room for like the NFL draft.
Yeah.
You're sitting by your phone with your family waiting to get the call from Jack Mack. Hey, this is Jack.
Ready to suit up?
You're coming to New York. You're
I'm
coming
putting
to
you on with Gaz
HQ3
right now.
Yeah.
We've been scouting you a lot, man. A lot of hard work went into this. Then like the pick comes in and they like everyone applauds.
Yeah.
They're all shaking hands with each other. We got a good one.
You're the hottest 18-year-old we could find. Guess where you're coming? HQ3, baby.
Congratulations. You ready to shoot up for the Stool and Stars?
Yeah, but we've been watching you since you were around 14. Love to see how you've grown. Love
Putting
seeing
a lot
how
of
you've
work.
grown.
Go enjoy it with your family.
Yeah. Hey, we'll be in touch.
I'm going to put you on with Dave right now.
Good shit.
All right, ear to the streets.
Ear to the street.
Ear to the streets. Stay tuned.
Lil Sass will be in Sacramento.
Oh, Hartford, Connecticut this weekend.
Hartford this weekend. Sacramento coming up. Francis his tour has just ended, but special is
Shooting the special in Chicago, but that's sold out. It's sold out in
Yeah,
a
because
couple
people
days.
are DMing me being like, are they going to add more tickets? And I'm like, I have no idea.
I don't think
and
so.
the answer is no.
Yeah.
No. Sorry. Maybe we'll do a show
We'll do
the
a
night
live podcast out there.
A couple nights before or something, just to run it, dress rehearsal. Stay tuned.
Yeah,
Here
we
are the
should do
streets.
that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Do like a one-nighter at Zany's.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
I would love to do that. We should do it at Second City out there. Breathe some life back into the place.
Yeah, true.
Does anyone have
Revive.
a venereal disease that I can work with?
Anything you want me to stay away from before we bring you up? Anything you want me to not touch on?
All right, everybody.
We'll see you guys on Thursday. Goodbye.